Back onto some news from the international quarters. Well, the first offensive action in an international military operation against Libyan forces began overnight on Saturday. United States, France and British military forces unleashed fighter jets and cruise missiles in what is being termed as Operation Odyssey Dawn. More than 110 Tomahawk missiles fired from American and British ships and submarines hit about 20 Libyan air and missile defense targets in western portions of the country. And US official says cruise missiles, which fly close to the ground or sea at about 550 miles per hour, landed near Misrata and Tripoli, the capital, and Gaddafi's stronghold. According to CBS reports, 3 US B-2 stealth bombers dropped about 40 bombs on a major Libyan airfield. And reports say French aircrafts have destroyed 4 Libyan tanks in airstrikes to the southwest of Benghazi. The operation to halt Colonel Gaddafi's advance on rebel forces involved around 20 planes and an area of about 100 kilometers by 150 kilometers around the eastern rebel strongholds of Benghazi. Libyan forces on the ground retaliated to the airstrikes. Anti-aircraft gunfire was seen over Tripoli. Colonel Gaddafi has vowed retaliation and says he has opened arms depots to the people to defend Libya. He also said civilian and military targets in the air and sea will be liable to serious danger in the Mediterranean. And Libya in turn called the attack by United States and France barbaric. Colonel Gaddafi accused Western forces of harming civilians and causing damage to property. According to Reuters, the Libyan agency has said that 48 people have been killed and 150 injured in these attacks.
إن ليبيا ستمارس حق الدفاع عن النفس وفقا للمادة 51 من ميثاق الأمم المتحدة. وللأسف وفقا لذلك ستكون الأهداف البحرية والجوية عسكرية أو مدنية معرضة لخطر حقيقي.
And moving on from trouble-torn Libya to Japan, well, its nuclear crisis seems to be far from over. The pressure inside one of the reactors at the Fukushima nuclear plant had started to rise again this morning, but is now said to be stable. Operators would have had to release some of the radioactive gases into the environment in order to lessen the pressure. However, that is not necessary now. Meanwhile, efforts to cool down the damaged nuclear plant have resumed after an overnight break of several hours. More than 8,000 people are now known to have died in the earthquake, followed by the deadly tsunami. More than 12,000 people are still missing. And back to news from the city. Well, poor enforcement of the helmet rule brings the people of Chennai together to spread awareness on the World Head Injury Day. Our reporter Pratiksha finds out why this safety measure has such a poor response in the city, even though it's been 4 years since the helmet rule was introduced.
Not the usual stream of morning walkers. These professionals want the helmet law, now almost non-existent in Chennai, to be taken seriously. Chennai was witness to 113 two-wheeler fatal accidents in 2010. 90% of these deaths was because the riders failed to wear a helmet. Research shows that wearing a helmet reduces the likelihood of deaths by a whopping 39%.
Deno head injuries nadakkudu Chennai roads la. Deno inda aaspathrikku mathram almost 5 to 6 head injuries varudhu. Adhe madri moolayila adipattalum moolai baadhikkum.
The Chennai Traffic Police claim they book nearly 1,200 cases each day under the helmet rule. So why aren't the accident numbers dropping? Top cops say people don't realize the importance of wearing a helmet. With the number of vehicles on the road increasing every day and the fine being a meager 100 rupees, the cops say they're helpless.
That so-and-so's had a hair fall, it's very hot and so on. They use these excuses. Police are perfectly capable of enforcing this, and they do when they are allowed to do their job. If Dhoni can wear a helmet, why don't you wear it? Tell the parents.
The motto of today's march was, injuries are expensive, but helmets are not. This helmet may not drastically reduce injuries, but can definitely save your life. So it is time for you to stop cursing that cop who stops you on the road and pay some attention to guarding your life. In Chennai, Pratiksha Ramkumar for Ndtv-Hindu.
This is Headlines Now on Ndtv-Hindu. You viewers can now pitch in to add a tribute to Sachin Tendulkar. Call us and share your comments on Sachin's walkout when we come back.